to hear their take on American life, politics, and entertainment. And don't forget, there's always somebody doing something stupid somewhere.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com
or wherever you download podcasts.
Must listen to podcasts from Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A fatal shooting. Sunny and 85. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 11:03. Deputies arrived at a home in Owen County after two people were shot in the driveway of a home Saturday afternoon after 3:45. Jeffrey Faber and Grantham Adam Chandler did not survive. Owen County Sheriff Ryan White says a boy was detained after telling deputies about the shooting.
Public safety is always a concern. Owen County residents do not have anything to worry about. We believe that the person that we are speaking about, that they are in our custody.
White says there are no other threats in Owen County. The state's redistricting proposal is sparking a political debate. Johnette Cruz reports.
Indiana's Governor Mike Braun is considering calling a special session to redraw the state's congressional districts. The move comes after meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance and other state leaders. The proposal could make more of Indiana's districts competitive. Republicans currently hold 7 of the state's 9 U.S. House seats. The idea is already drawing fire, with Democrats calling it a power grab. As Republicans control both the governorship and hold a supermajority in the legislature, Governor Braun and state lawmakers have authority to move forward with the proposal. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
With schools going back in session, Riley High School alumni in South Bend reunited with each other Saturday night at the St. Hedwig Memorial Center. Graduates from classes dating back to 1945 celebrated the legacy of the high school. Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
For today, hot and humid. There is a very isolated chance of a stray shower this afternoon. High temperatures near 90 degrees. Heat index for today in the mid-90s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Rob. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest for 5 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 317-659-7574. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Allison Krauss and Union Station, featuring Jerry Douglas. Arcadia 2025 Tour, August 21st, Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park. With special guest, Willie Watson. Reserve seat pavilion and general admission lawn on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Jack Daniels concert series. Don't miss Allison Krauss and Union Station featuring Jerry Douglas live.
I wish you all could see Terri Stacy. 35 years in radio, and this is like a kabuki dance before we start. Come on, woman, we're on radio.
I was all tied up in my stuff. You can see her if you want. Join us on YouTube, 93 WIBC. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, for those of you that might have seen that. Hey, hi, everybody. I'm Terri Stacy along with Denny Smith.
Good morning, and don't forget our darling daughter, Kielynn May.
She is our darling daughter.
One more week left of the state fair.
I know it.
That's crazy.
This is the middle weekend.
Thank you to everybody who came out and saw us while we were broadcasting last week. It was so fun to see you guys.
It was, and had a great time, and that great time continues. Boy, it's hot out there. Be safe, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight when it comes to these 90 degrees and high humidity. So take care of yourself, take care of your animals, and have a great time at the fair. I want to just mention we've got a great guest coming up here in a second, but I want to wish Jean Bunes. She's celebrating her 98th birthday today.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jean, and happy birthday to Smokey Bear, who turns 81.
She's older than Smokey Bear.
She's older than Smokey Bear, and she's having a great life. She was seen it yesterday at the Weight Watchers meeting, so she's having a great life, and happy birthday. It is Give Back Sunday at the Colts training camp later this afternoon, 4 to 5:30. $5 tickets at Colts.com. Not too many days left. Today, Monday, and their joint practice 3 to 5 with the the Packers.
Way to go. The Colts are now playing the NBA. Oh, God. You are tied up. Are you sober over there?
We better be catching passes if that's the case.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is Little Red Door Cancer Survivors Day at the Great Indiana State Fair. Wilson's Corn Eating Contest, that's at 4 today. Chris Tomlin is on the free stage. Percherons and Clydesdales, Denny's favorite.
Oh, the big ones.
They're amazing.
So gorgeous.
They
I had
are
an
gorgeous.
uncle that raised percherons, and they are just loving. I mean, if you think the
So
Clydesdales,
beautiful.
Clydesdales
Oh,
are
right.
like-
You're right. They are just massive in size, and hope everybody keeps them cool out there today. There are lots of competitions, dairy cows, goats, Pioneer Village, so many things happening and moments that are really special. And today, the featured farmer presented by Corteva Agriscience is Brian Rexing. He's the owner of New Generation Dairy in Gibson County. And guess what, guys? He's here with us. He joins us live from the Indiana State Fair. Brian, how are you?
Hey, doing well. Yourself?
We're doing great. Congratulations on being selected today's featured farmer. Have you got the whole family with you?
They are all here. I am here by myself, but yeah, they are all here. We just got done eating ice cream and grilled cheese, and we're off to a really good start.
Oh, a lot of people don't know where Owensville is. I happened to drive past it as I would go down to see my relatives in southern Indiana. Tell us where Owensville is.
So Owensville is on the west side of Gibson County, nearing Posey County. It's what we call God's country. But it's not too far from the Wabash River, and you know we're one of the southernmost counties in Indiana.
You're right down there, yeah, close to Kentucky, Ohio. You're down around that way to our south here,
Yes.
about an hour, a couple hours away from here, from us here in Indianapolis. So your farm is called New Generation Farm, but are you Generation Farmer wise? What are you? Is that the right way to ask that question?
Are you number 3, 4, or 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a fourth generation dairy farmer.
A New Generation Farm. You named it New Generation. Why?
Well, in 2008, I built my own dairy after growing up with a dairy all my life and having an opportunity to build my own dairy and carry on that legacy. I took that opportunity and built our own dairy in 2008 with my family, and we saw an opportunity, and we were going to be another generation that maybe did it different from the other generations by milking a few more cows. But you know, we still all take care of the cows just the same way we always did. But we just saw it as an opportunity for our generation and maybe another generation.
And about that new generation, the next one coming up, talk about how the kids help you out on the farm too.
Yeah, the kids are very involved on our farm. They, partake in some of the chores, and I have 2 at Purdue. We'll have 2 at Purdue this year studying, one in ag business, one in ag marketing. And my younger son he's in the 6th grade studying basketball. But
He's in Indiana.
You know, we just want to. Farming gives a great opportunity for children to learn work ethic and how to take care of animals, and you know how rewarding it is when you take care of that animals and how they can produce for you, and it's just a great way of life.
You know, Purity Dairy puts up their featured farmers, and of course we looked at you. We saw the New Generation Dairy. There's a picture of you with one of your farm hands. There's the ladies are eating behind you. Brian, I got to tell you, you look like a badass. I'm telling you, this guy's got a look on his face like, I'm managing this. Let's get this done. So I imagine the kids do have a work ethic.
I bet they do.
Well, yeah, it's, I guess when I'm in that environment, that's my happy place. We make dairy farming is our way of life. And it's, I can really say that I really don't go to work. I just get to go do what I love to do. And it turns out we can make a living doing it. So it's just a way of life that we really enjoy. And sometimes maybe I show more passion than others. Sometimes days go better than others. But we have a great staff, and I don't I invited my staff to the fair today because they are what makes us go. It's not just me or my family. It's the people that work for us that have really bought in.
How many people does it take to run a 1,200 dairy cow operation? How many people?
We have roughly about 20 people.
Wow.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say 50 people. It's 20 seems like a small number. But hearing you talk, Brian, one of my questions was going to be, was it an easy decision to continue? Because we hear often now that, that next generation of young farmers, or could be young farmers that grow up on a farm, they go a different direction, not necessarily running the farm, but then maybe still going into agri-sciences or other directions, but not really running the farm. But for you, that was an easy decision. You wanted to continue this on, right?
Well, I would say it was an easy decision. We can argue that back and forth. There was a lot of decisions had to be made. I was going to be a farmer, and I was going to figure out a way to do it. The decisions I had to make to get it, to be a dairy farmer, were hard. But knowing that I wanted to be a dairy farmer, that was an easy decision. But figuring out how I could do it, how I could align myself in the industry, and bring family in at some point, was a little harder decision. But knowing I want to be a farmer, easy decision.
Yeah.
As a business, what's the break even? How big does their herd have to be? You've got 1,200 cows. How big does the herd have to be before you really can relax a little bit and know that your profit or your cash flow is going to be there?
It's really not based off of how many cows you milk, and it's really about how well you do it, how good of a dairy farmer you are, how much you manage your cows, how efficient you are. There's some small farmers out there that still make a living doing it, and there's large farms that make a living doing it. So really, it's not about how many cows you milk. It's really about how well you milk your cows and how you take care of them. So, farming, it's got all different sizes and scopes, but you can figure out a way to do it of any size and scale. It's just you're going to do it a little different than your neighbor might.
Kielynn?
You obviously spend a lot of time on the farm and with all of the different cows. And this might be like asking who your favorite child is, but do you have a favorite cow?
All my cows are my favorite.
There's a diplomat. Right.
So many farms have turned to agritourism. Mm-hmm. And can continue that education. Is that something that you've been doing as well?
My wife is a school teacher, and so when we built the dairy, we put a observation room to overlook the milking parlor, and we took advantage of a lot of opportunities to bring school children in, and she did a lot of tours, and my daughters have done a few. And then when COVID hit, and I don't want to use it as an excuse, we haven't, since that hit, that all come to a halt, and we haven't picked it back up as much as we'd like to. My daughter did a few tours this summer of some summer camps and different opportunities, and we always love bringing people to the farm because we're truly proud of what we do, and we want to tell our story. So we need to be better advocates of what we do, and we need it. But it's hard to get all of our chores done and fit all that in. But we do give some tours once in a while, and I always just love it. Love some of the questions you get sometimes. It's pretty neat.
Like, who's your favorite cow?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question. What is a freestall barn? I noticed that you really do try to take care of your herd, but I had heard of soft sand bedding, and certainly even at the state fair we see the big fans that you use. But what is a freestall barn?
So what freestall barn is that all the cows have a place to lay. So a section of our barn may have 200 stalls, so that we'll typically stock that with about 190 to 195 cows. And what it means is each cow has an opportunity to lay in the dry sand to keep them clean, the sand's clean, and it segregates them from the next cow, so they're not laying on top of each other, and it just keeps, it's kind of like kids in school, you put them in rows, or you put them in lines, or you line desk up. It's how we keep our cows aligned, so they have a place to lay, air can get around them, and they can rest. And and the freestall barn also has cows never more than about 125 feet from a water trough, and they're never more than about 100 feet from an opportunity to eat.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's better than most office
I
buildings.
was going to say, wait a minute.
That's pretty
that
good.
doesn't sound like a bad life at all. This is our featured farmer, our State Fair featured farmer today, presented by Corteva AgriScience. It's Brian Rexing. He's the owner of New Generation Dairy in Gibson County. Excuse me. He's with us. He's live at the State Fair today, where he's being celebrated, he and his family. You said, you grew up on a dairy farm and milking. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? All of the science and technology from today, from where we were when you were probably a kid, right? Well, we've talked to farmers that have water beds for their cows. It's just amazing, right?
It truly is, and probably one of the technologies that we've embraced here recently is our cows wear collars. And the collar is like your garment, like your watch that keeps track of your steps.
Oh, yeah.
This collar has a chip in it, and it keeps track of that cow's how much she eats, how much she walks, and we know if this cow is less mobility or she's not eating as much. It'll help us detect something going wrong. So having technologies that can keep our cows healthier and more comfortable is something that's just really, really neat, because there's nothing more concerning to a farmer if a cow is not feeling well and we can't detect it. The sooner we can detect it, the sooner we can get her better. Just like your child, you want to be able to ward off that cold or catch that fever early, and just like cows, we want to try to take care of them the best we can. So this is a technology we really, really are excited about.
Wow, that's
Brian,
amazing.
Thank you
and
so much for
I'll bet.
sharing time. Now I got to ask. My granddaughter is a horse lady, and she wants me to get a horse for the farm. I got a little barn. I got a 40 by 80 barn. She wants me to put a horse in there, but I don't want to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning mucking stalls. How do you muck stalls for 1,200 cows? Is there a mechanization for that?
Well, so you mentioned earlier our cows lay in sand. So our cows lay in, and what the stall is designed for, it allows that the manure from the cow falls into an alley, and that alley is scraped 3 times a day. So by machinery. So the stall also allows a cow to lay in a dry, comfortable place, and it keeps the manure from contaminating any part of her body. So our cows are amazingly clean, and then what's really cool is we recycle our sand.
Wow.
So we take our sand, and after we use it, we're able to filtrate it, stack it up, dry it, and reuse it. And it's pretty cool that we have the opportunity to do that, and it works really well. And sand is just cows. They're laying at the beach.
They're laying at the beach. That's such a great picture for me in my brain.
Just
is
on
your cows
vacation.
are laying on the beach, close to food and water, got a collar on. I love it.
We're with Brian Rexing, owner of New Generation Dairy Farm, and he is the Indiana State Fair featured farmer for today. And my favorite thing about this state fair is getting to see all the kids and the creativity flowing through their heads as they see all of the different animals.
Some of
and
them
the
have never
different
seen a
4-H
cow
projects.
before.
Exactly.
Many.
Brian, what is some of your advice? We talked about discipline and what you get from working on the farm, but what is your advice for someone who wants to go into dairy farming or anything like that, or maybe even an internship or working with the farm like yours?
Well, I think you hit a really good point there in internships. We've had a few interns through our dairy, and there's a lot of farms out there looking for people that want to help, and find a farm in your area. Contact your local extension office. Find out farms in your area. Let them point you in the right direction of somebody that may be looking for someone. You can get a hold of a feed company or somebody in your area and let them help you point. But trust me, if there's not too many people that come to if anybody would come to me and want to work on a farm and show me their willingness, and I'm going to give them a chance, because but it's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but it is a truly rewarding industry and way of life.
Well, God bless our farmers, all
God
of them. And I
bless
know
them.
we just have maybe 600 or 700 dairy farms here in our great state, and you're one of them. And it sounds like you've got happy cows, and happy cows make great milk and cottage cheese and butter and ice cream and all the good stuff. And I'm glad you're there because you're also an educator too, Brian. And I know people will see you out there today. Any particular place? You're just going to be roaming around. I know you'll be in the parade at the end of the evening, but anything else?
we're getting ready to go to Pioneer Village for lunch, and that's been a big argument. I'm a family of 6, and 4 of us get to eat lunch there. So that's been a battle, but no, I'm kidding. Actually, my father is 84 and he's going to be here, and I was proud of one of my girls. They said, if Grandpa comes, he should do that because he would really enjoy that more than we will. So I was like, that was pretty cool. So that's next on our list, and then we'll end our day with a parade, and it's just a great celebration of agriculture and a great celebration of Indiana.
Yes.
So the state fair. It means a lot to me, and it should mean a lot to all Hoosiers.
Means a lot to us that you would share some of your time today for sure. Brian Rexing, owner of New Generation Dairy in Gibson County. He's today's featured farmer at the Great Indiana State Fair. Thank you so much. Bless your heart. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Brian. Have a great day.
We will, and thank you for the opportunity to talk with you today.
You bet. Take care. It is 11:23, and this is the first day on 93 WIBC. is 11:27. Terri Stacy, Denny Smith, Kielynn Talley. Boy, was Brian Rexing a great guest.
Fourth generation, and I bet one of the kids picks it up one way or another.
I think they will too.
That's my hope. I wish I'd ask him who designed the farm. All that mechanization that they have. Did they invent all that themselves?
I don't know. That would have been a great question. I don't know. But I know that he built his own, rather than just taking up the family farm, being a fourth generation, he went and said, I'm going to build my own farm. So anyway, I just thought he was such a great guest, such a great representative for our dairy farmers and our Indiana Hoosier farmers too, for sure.
Uncle Russell had milk cows down in Perry County, which is Tell City. And he said, come hell or high water at 4:30 in the morning, somebody's milking cows. But 1,200 or 1,300, you think about that. It's a 7-day a week.
They kind of milk themselves these days. If you're on a bigger farm, they actually know when it's time to go and walk up to the machines. They get in their spot, and it's like a carousel. And the mechanics of the arms come down,
laser guided,
hook themselves onto the udders, and milk. When it's over, they all march off. It really is a machine.
Kielynn, have you ever milked a cow?
Nope.
Me neither. And I've been around a lot of farms, but I never got a chance to milk a cow.
You guys saw all my ribbons, right? I mean,
I know you're bragging. I was talking to Kielynn here. Yeah.
Terry, we have enough of you. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I just was so proud of myself.
I did take a field trip to a farm one time, and we did like fake milking, but it's nothing like. I'm sorry, it's nothing like the real thing.
What was fake milking? Did you milk someone's hand or what?
No, they had just little bottles that you would.
Oh, really?
Just practice on.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Kind of weird.
That is kind of fun. Now, Kielynn, you have something you'd like to play for us.
Well, if you're at the state fair, I think there's a lot of different things that you need to be doing, but the Indiana State Fair Queen has some tips for you while you're headed out to the state fair.
Hydrate and bring your sunscreen because it is toasty out here. We definitely have a lot of buildings that have AC. We do have sunscreen booths set up too, and the Indiana State Troopers, they also have water. So definitely hydrate, bring your sunscreen, and just enjoy the fair because it is the best time of the year, and it's a time where we can all celebrate our state together.
The Indiana State Fair Queen Pilar Bravo on Wish TV this morning. A beautiful time. You'll see her out at the fair. And again, Brian Rexing, the featured farmer of the day.
Coming up, Denny's Dollars and Cents. We're going to check in with the first day's favorite middle child, the founder of the International Middle Child Union, Bruce Hopman, and former Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard will join us at 12:05. It's the first day. Today's top stories are next. 93.
Farnsworth.
WIBC. What happened?
It was a mess.
But it sounded like it did not go well. A lot of people standing in long lines, and I don't know, but it was the first one here on Monument Circle, and it had it had 30 different pizza places, and
Had
it
a
just
lot of
sounded like it was
potential,
going to
but
be awesome.
It was so bloody hot, and it was a really confined space.
I know it.
People were just on top of each other. Worse than the state fair on a busy day.
So they're obviously going to be learning from it for their next time.
Yes, they will.
Will you give them another chance?
I hope you will.
I hope so.
We
There's
give
a lot
other
of
people.
potential,
We
like
give
you
people chances that we shouldn't be giving chances to. So if we can, I think
Whoa.
we can have a little bit
All
of.
right, the call
we
out.
can. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. Let's all just relax a little bit, and they'll learn from this because the concept is fantastic. We waited a long time for it. It's 11:37. I'm Terry. Denny Smith is here. Kielynn Talley. Tomorrow is National Middle Child Day, I think. I really didn't care about it much until I met Bruce Hopman, who has
You didn't
struggled
care
through
about
the
it for
years
us?
to get the not really, but
Denny, did you hear that?
He's really done an amazing job,
She's
Bruce Hopman.
obviously not a middle child.
No, I'm not. But I know that they oftentimes, as you and Kielynn, Denny, you and Kielynn often do, you feel left out. And Bruce has been trying to make changes. And I believe I would like for. Did you call him for me? Yep. Did you give him a call? Oh, good.
You know
Okay. Bruce Hopman, and let's introduce him.
Us
Joining
middle
us
kids,
now is our favorite middle child, the founder of the International Middle Child Union, smackdabblog.com, to become a member. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bruce Hopman.
Sit down. No, please, sit down. Sit down. Hey, first of all, let's get this straight. Denny, yeah, clearly she's not a middle child. Middle Child's Day is not tomorrow.
Oh.
It is Tuesday, August 12th.
Is that right?
I don't know what.
Well, she didn't miss it this year.
She's a slow learner, Bruce.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm so
You know what?
sorry.
You know what we should get? I should send Terry the new T-shirts we have this year. One of them is the calendar date. It says, August 12th, Middle Child's Day.
Okay.
A date that will live in anonymity. This is what it's such a. I'm glad we started here because this is what I'm up against every year. It doesn't matter how many times you talk about it. People will never remember Middle Child's Day. It's August 12th.
August 12th.
The babies in the family don't get it. The oldest in the family don't get it. We in the middle have always felt overshadowed. We're expected so much. They think we're rebellious. No, we just want you to remember our names.
We're looking for our fair share. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. And look, and here's something that I wrote about recently at the blog, smackdabblog.com. So a firstborn is a firstborn. There's no question. You're the firstborn. The lastborn is the lastborn. No question. The baby, the lastborn. Everybody knows your place in the family. It's the ones in the middle. It's always very confusing. There are middle children who don't know they're middle children. They figure you got to be, the second of three or the third of seven or of five. Anybody who's not firstborn or lastborn is in the middle. Yet we all get lumped in with the same name. You're a middle child, but you have no idea. Was he the secondborn? Was he the lastborn? Was he the middle? I wrote about this at the blog. I think it's time for a new birth order hierarchy.
Yes,
You
sent out a press release on this. International Middle Child Union calls for birth order hierarchy shakeup.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a press release you sent out, and I believe you used the word balderdash.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be polite. When people say they're not a middle child, I say boulder dash. You're not the firstborn. You're not the lastborn. You're a middle child.
Yeah.
But I think I've devised it. Everybody knows the second of three, that you're a middle child. You're the only middle child. You're a mono middle child.
That's me.
Smack dab middle child. But what if you're the secondborn? Well, here's if you're second out of five, right? So the third is the middle. The second one, this is the new categorization I've come up with.
Oh.
You are an early middle child once removed. You were born one slot before the actual middle, right?
Bruce,
if you were
not
born
to
one
take it
slot
away.
after, you're late.
Isn't that taking it away from us, actual middle children?
They were middle child. The secondborn are middle children for just a bit.
Oh boy, it would really just
it's
take
not a permanent
middle
tattoo.
child to spend so much time on this particular topic.
No, we don't even get our own birth order designations. That's all I'm saying. We even have to share them. We're all middle children, but the firstborn, lastborn get their own. It's just not fair. It's just more thing. Look, I was watching the other day. I'm watching some national news show, and they did a 10-minute segment on National Chicken Wing Day. Okay, and I'm thinking to myself, first of all, not a big chicken wing fan. Too much work for not enough chicken, They're going on and on about it.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can't
if it
even
wasn't
get a
for
second.
You, Terri Stacy, if it wasn't for you, Terri, we wouldn't be. We'd have nothing going on out there.
You know what? And I'm grateful for this because Bruce, do you want to tell them about what you sent me some information recently? August 10th, I believe, is when I received this about naming me and giving me a very prestigious job within your organization. Would you tell them about it, please?
Well, I
You're gonna
want to
like
show
it.
my appreciation for everything that Terri has done over the years to help spread the word in Indianapolis and in the listening area. And I feel like God knows I can't do this alone. I'm doing a terrible job. Even she still doesn't know August 12th. Maybe I shouldn't be giving her this title. I don't know. But I'm reaching out for help. And today I'd like to name Terri the North Central Midwest Regional Senior Chief Executive Managing Director of Middle Child's Day Operations.
Whoa,
Now,
she's not even a middle child.
What do you think about
Listen-
that?
Listen, guys, we need help. You know, it's Terri Stacy. You know, what am I going to do?
Hold on. Kylan's crying.
Bruce, I'm kind of heartbroken.
Kylan's crying.
Haven't I been along with Terri this whole time? You could have given that to me, though.
Terry's mind
but-
is...
but-
You're not old enough.
I'm a middle
What Terri
kid.
will probably do, Terri will probably do is make sure you guys are doing all the work, but she'll grab the title. So don't feel bad. You'll still have a part. She just gets the meaningless title.
Well,
Look, I know it's
what is the title? Okay, give me the title again. Her brain is like an unmade bed, brother. Okay, so give me what this title is again.
North Central Midwest Regional Senior Chief Executive Managing Director of Middle Child's Day Operations. Now, look, guys, don't feel bad. It's basically a no-show job. There's really nothing to do because nobody remembers it's Middle Child's Day.
Yeah, just a title.
So it's like
Just
it's
a
just a
title.
meaningless title, and I know a thing or two about meaningless titles. I'm the head of the International Middle Child Union, for God's sake.
Yeah, he says. I mean, it's in the. There's a press release.
Oh, good.
Did he
press
put your
release,
name
too.
on there?
Yeah.
Denny,
Oh,
we've never
that's
been in
about
press
enough.
He
releases.
sent out again. This
Hang
goes
up on this guy.
every state in our country. International Middle Child Union names Terri Stacy North Central Midwest Regional Senior Chief Executive Managing Director of Middle Child's Day Operations.
Listen to that. She's laughing
It's a
about
press
it.
release.
We would have at least
Okay,
taken
guys,
it
guys,
seriously.
I'm feeling a little bit overshadowed here, son.
Oh my
I want to
gosh.
make this up to you. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, I'm sorry, on Middle Child's Day, on Tuesday.
He doesn't even know.
It's
The
even
union
right.
leader.
It's rough. It's contagious. You hang around her too long, and then you start forgetting.
isn't that it?
On Tuesday, all day long, from 8 a.m. to midnight, on X, on Instagram, and on Threads, we are going to be playing Name That Middle Child. It's every hour on the hour. A new question will be hosted across the social media. Every hour on the half hour, the answers will be posted. You'll get to think about what better way to celebrate Middle Child's Day than to think about middle children all day long. So this will be going on all day on Tuesday. I'm willing to play with you guys, give you a few questions that didn't make the final cut for Tuesday because I don't want to give away the answers to anybody who might be listening.
Some kind of middle
You
child
guys
trivia?
It's
yeah,
called
okay.
Name That Middle Child. You guys,
Oh, okay.
you guys want? Terri, you can't play. It's just for the middle children right now. That's
How do you feel about
I-
that, Terri?
I wouldn't know
Getting
it
left
anyway.
out?
Just shush over there. Just turn off
Go
her
ahead.
mic. Go ahead,
I'm
son.
trying to. You want to try a couple here? We'll start with this one.
Yeah, do it.
There have been, contrary to popular belief, where they're out there saying that there have been more firstborn presidents than middle children. It's actually not true. There have been more 23 middle child presidents.
Oh, no.
Name one.
Oh.
Name one. Theodore Roosevelt.
Theodore Roosevelt. Let me look. Nope.
Is that you got any other
no,
guesses?
he's
on this?
right.
Theodore Roosevelt. You got one.
Okay.
You got one. Also, the current sitting president is a middle child. 4th out of 5, Donald Trump.
4th out of 5?
I didn't know that.
Does that count?
Yeah.
I don't think that
see
counts.
that?
Okay, give him another
It
one.
does.
Give
He's
Kylan
born in
one.
the middle.
How about
He's not the first or the last. Okay.
Jimmy
well,
Carter?
here's a-
Jimmy Carter.
Would he be? Wait,
He had, no, there were just two of them.
No. No.
No.
Okay, give him another one.
Okay, let's see. Let's get off of there. Okay, here, how about this? I'll bet you $1 you didn't know this middle child was the first female ever honored on a U.S. coin.
Who is it?
Susan
Name
B.
that middle
Anthony?
child.
There you go.
Susan B.
You
Anthony?
got
Susan
it.
B.
Ding, ding,
Anthony.
ding, ding, ding,
Susan
ding,
B.
ding,
Anthony.
ding,
she was
ding,
a
ding,
middle
ding.
kid?
She was a middle
Denny,
child.
we can do
Yeah.
great things
Remember,
too.
remember, middle children, not firstborn, not last. You could be the 3rd of 5. You could be the 5th of 7. You're still a middle child.
Wanna be middle kids.
Here's one.
Let's see, how about
I do think this is interesting, Bruce, that all 4 presidents carved into Mount Rushmore are middle children.
Interesting.
They are.
That's right.
Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. I didn't know Lincoln
All
was a
middle
middle
children.
child.
We're underrated.
Yeah, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit. Maybe a little bit.
All right, so how do we find you on Instagram? I don't do Facebook and I don't do the TikTok.
On
But
Instagram, on Instagram, on Threads, and on X, it's at Mid-Kid Union.
Mid-Kid Union.
Hey, this musical middle child turned dancing around in lingerie into an art form.
Gypsy Rose Lee. I don't know.
One name. She goes by one name. And
Madonna?
it rhymes with exactly. How about that?
Madonna.
There's somebody
Hey, look,
you can be
I'm
proud
telling-
of.
This is a fun way to spend Middle Child's Day.
It
You can
really
just-
is.
Every hour, it's all a guy. I hope this all works out. I schedule everything. I hope it all works out. But this is the big thing. This is for Middle Child's Day. And now Terry, as head of whatever your ridiculous title is, you have to. You want to make sure that your listeners are playing this game on Tuesday.
We'll make sure it happens, Bruce.
Mid-Kid Union. Mid-Kid Union.
Until then, Bruce, we wish you a happy Middle Child's Day Eve, which is going to be Tuesday. So we're grateful for your time.
Middle Child's Day.
Thank you for the wonderful honor of being a part of this organization. And again, if anyone would like more information about our favorite middle child, Bruce Hopman, you can find his content at the blog, smackdabblog.com. Facebook, you'll find him there at Mid-Kid Union, and also on Twitter and Instagram. And he's on Threads. I wasn't even going to say it because I
And
found that
what, Terry?
embarrassing.
They might even find out that they're a middle child. They might not even realize that they're a middle child.
Gosh.
It happens.
Okay, goodbye.
That was pretty tacky to give her the award. I'm just saying. Gave her
Bruce,
the
we
award.
love you.
Hey, Bruce, thank you very
Award-
much.
Award, is it really an award or is it more like a punishment? Think about it. We don't know. I don't know.
We'll think
Welcome to
about
being
it.
a middle kid.
Hey, see you later, Alligator. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
See you later. It's 11:48. Denny Smith, what do you got coming up next, my friend, with dollars and cents?
We're all behind. Well, I shouldn't say we're all behind, but a lot of people are behind in their savings for their retirements. I got some figures that you sent over to me, Terri Lynn.
We'll
and
talk about that,
It was
Dan.
really interesting how far behind everybody is in all 50 states. It's kind of scary.
We'll talk about that when Denny returns with us here on the first day on 93 WIBC.
Grown-ups,
Everybody. Denny. Oh, you've got a friend in Denny.
Every time I hear you ladies sing this, I giggle.
Because we're bad at singing?
Well, I'm a middle child. I didn't get a whole lot of attention except when I screwed up.
You just remember what your friend Denny said. Oh, you've got a friend in Denny.
Well, how do you like to know that Indiana is 35th in something? 35th out of 50.
What could it possibly be?
Well, Indiana residents, if you're age 50 and over, then you need to save $509 a month just to get up even so that you can retire at a legitimate age in your middle 60s, getting close to 70. You need to save right now. The statistics are saying that $500 a month between now and the time you're 65, and you may have enough to retire. It's kind of scary how bad it is. The target age of 50 for Indiana to how much you should have in your 401ks and your retirement kitty is about $500,000. It's $494,000. And I read that number and I'm thinking, gosh, when I was 50, I didn't have anything near like that. I mean, at age 30, you're supposed to have 1 times your salary. So, Kai, when you get to 30, which is a few years away, you should have 1 times your salary in your savings. By the time you get to 35, you should have 2 times your salary. And by the time you get to age 50, you should have 6 times your salary in your bucket of money for retirement. Now, the median age, the median retirement savings right now for people 45 to 50, these are crazy statistics, nationally is only $115,000. So we are so far behind, and people who think that whether the federal government's going to step up and help you with this, I don't think DOGE is going to allow that. I don't either. I don't see any. We are so far below target that people are going to be working well into their 70s. The catch-up amount for Indiana, $500 a month at age 50 right now.
I just don't think that's very... and you know, when you keep hearing... I heard this a couple of weeks ago about the consumer outlook, and what do they call that? The consumer...
sentiment?
How you feel.
Okay.
How we as consumers are feeling right now. And it was very up and positive. It was up from July, and it was... but I don't understand it. I don't understand where they get those figures of people with this optimistic...
Well, they're done by polling. They're polling. It's
just a small
University of
sample?
Michigan. Michigan does it.
Okay.
And they've done it forever, and it's just consumer sentiment. And they pick up the phone and they call whether they... Or I think that's how
you feel good about the future.
Right.
And But this sometimes when I hear this news, Denny, that doesn't feel optimistic to me.
It doesn't. Here's the
grocery
funny thing.
prices. I mean, everything.
Yeah, you remember during the Civil War there was the Mason-Dixon line?
Yep.
If you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, if you were in what we would call the old Union, you have to save a lot more money. If you're in the South, the best chances, Mississippi, you only need to save $330. Their standard of living, the cost of living is much lower. And so the 3 best states that are on track are Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana. So the thing to do is save all your money in the north and then move south because you'll have enough money to make it. But higher incomes mean that you have higher targets. You're probably 7 to 9% means that if you're in the high income or low income state, the portion of your paycheck that you need to save right now, Terri Lynn, you should be saving 9 to 12% of your paycheck right now. Kielynn, if you would save 5%, you're going to be fine. If you would save 10%, you will be a millionaire.
Even better.
Yeah, you're going to be a millionaire. But the whole idea is this catch up. If you live in Maryland, you've got to save $800 a month just to catch up. And I never liked the East Coast anyway. I've been with those people, and some of them are kind of snooty. But I bet that the people in Indiana, even though we're 35th, we're in much better shape than the people in New York, Connecticut, all the, the difference between the strata of middle class on the East Coast and in the South is really pretty dramatic. Retirement planning isn't about perfection. It's about progress. So Kai, you've got Terri. You got Terri and me beat because you got so many popsicle seasons ahead of you. Just keep saving. Just keep saving. Don't touch it. Everybody asked me, well, what about the 401k? Well, I said, well, the 401k replaced the pensions of my parents' generation. Everybody had a pension, so they stayed with the same company forever and ever and ever because they were trying to protect their pensions. Well, then my generation, which is the baby boom generation, said, I don't like that. I don't necessarily want to have to be, bribed into staying with the same company all this time. So there you go. Save your money. But if you're in Indiana and you're age 50, you should have $500,000 in your 401k. And if you don't, get your fanny busy and start saving.
Thank you, Denny
You
Smith.
can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it, Denny
Delayed
Smith.
gratification works every time.
We've got another hour to go. Joining us coming up is former mayor of Marion County, Greg Ballard, stopping by for some fun and something new, too. It's the First Day. News is next.
Citizens, since
Zelensky is adamant there will be input. He also says Ukraine won't be ceding land to Russia, notable given that Russia reportedly wants to keep large portions of Ukrainian land as part of a truce. Zelensky says on X, I have not heard any partners express doubts about America's ability to ensure that the war ends. The president of the United States has the levers and the determination. What is needed now is not a pause in the killings, but a real lasting peace, not a ceasefire sometime in the future, in months, but immediately. President Trump told me so, and I fully support it.
Vice President J.D. Vance tells Fox News Sunday today the U.S. is in the process of scheduling when Russia's Putin and Ukraine's Zelensky can sit down and discuss an end to the conflict. 6 people, including a 5-year-old girl, wounded in a shooting in Baltimore last night. The gunfire broke out at a block party. 5-year-old was struck in the hand. Her injuries apparently not serious, but one victim is listed in critical condition. No suspects have been arrested. The incident remains under investigation. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu says the decision has been made and Israel will finish the job and complete the defeat of Hamas. Telling foreign journalists today in Jerusalem, the goal is not to occupy Gaza, our goal is to free Gaza. Netanyahu says they expect to conclude the new Gaza offensive fairly quickly and that they are exploring creative ways to try and free the remaining hostages still held by Hamas. America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The Voices America trusts. Download it now.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What happened in Owen County Saturday afternoon? Fair skies and 88. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 12:03. Owen County Sheriff Ryan White says officers arrived at the scene after 3:45 and they spotted Jeffrey Faber and Grantham Adam Chandler, both dead in a driveway near a home.
Owen County Sheriff's Office helped us with some identification and some video footage, and Wilmington Police Department offered any assistance that we might need, along with the Indiana State Police detectives.
White says a boy was detained after he walked into the lobby of the Morgan County Sheriff's Department and told them about the shooting. He is a juvenile, so his identity cannot be released. White says if you live in Owen County, you are safe as there are no further threats. The heat is here to stay.
I think it's just a stagnant pattern we're in next week. So I think it will remain humid throughout the week and potentially out through next weekend as well.
Mike Ryan with the National Weather Service says highs in the 90s today, partly cloudy and humid on Monday, and rain may start to move in the early part of next week as well. The Indiana Fever beat the Chicago Sky 92-70 Saturday night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Kelsey Mitchell led the Fever with 26 points and 8 assists.
And I say that wholeheartedly. We've had a lot of mishap happen throughout the course of the season. I think throughout the course of it all, we stay resilient. And you guys get to see us at our best when we stay together.
Fever are 18-14, and they take on the Dallas Wings Tuesday evening at 7:30. Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
For today, hot and humid. There is a very isolated chance of a stray shower this afternoon. High temperatures near 90 degrees. Heat index for today in the mid-90s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jacob McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
From R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strength.
You two stop.
Denny started it.
Fighting. We're really just a happy family.
Yeah,
we really are.
happy,
We
sure.
truly are, and you're part of it. And thank you for being here. It's
you
the
would
first
technically
day.
be the middle child in this family.
You're forgotten.
You are so right. I am the middle child in this family. Good afternoon to you all. Thank you for being here. It's another hot one. Look out for one another. Be safe out there today. And the rest of the week, there's no end in sight. So whatever you're doing, lots to do here in the city. But good afternoon, and welcome to hour number 2 of the first day. 239-9393 is our number. And thank you for watching us, too. We're streaming live on YouTube. Now you see Kielynn's beautiful face. That's our phone number. And joining us on the phone, I'm so excited to talk to him because I really like him. Marion County's 48th mayor, in office from 2008 to 2016, Greg Ballard is here. Hi, Mayor Ballard. How are you?
Great. How are you guys doing today?
We're good. How's Winnie?
Winnie's great. Everything's really good for us. We just had our daughter and our two grandkids from Denver in last week, so we're all in a good mood.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad life is good for you. You've written another new book, just released last week. It's titled Urban Republican Mayor, My Story. And if you don't know, if you're new to our area, Greg grew up here in Indianapolis, got his education here. He stayed here, decided to return here after his many years of service. He loves this city. But mayor, the city, can I still call him the mayor? Do I still do that? What's the protocol?
Well, it's probably better calling him mayor than colonel. I mean, that's the closer of the two.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, many things, but your love of this place. But the city has changed since you were the mayor. Do you still love it like you used to?
Oh, sure. The people are terrific, and I love being around everybody. You may remember I moved down to Myrtle Beach for a couple of years, but as soon as we moved down there, we almost knew we were going to come back at the 2-year mark, and we did. Because we wanted to come back. We missed all our friends. We missed everything that happened. We missed the race. We missed all of it. And if you grew up here in Indy, it kind of keeps you here, at least in heart, almost all the time. So I love being here. We're just outside of Indianapolis, to be frank, but I'm 2 minutes from getting into the city, and I could get anywhere I went very fast, as I did last night. So.
You were so well remembered, sir. You went door to door against an incumbent mayor, and you beat him as a Republican. And I think the whole world was shell-shocked. But it was because you had a people campaign instead of quips and fancy brass bands and door knockers. You just did it the hard way, and then you set the pace by just being common sense. People thought you were a slow talker. I thought you were a quick thinker, and your management style was just so perfect for what the city needed at the time. Is that in the book? By the way, is that in the book?
That is the book, actually. Most of it. 200 pages of the book are 200 or 300 are what we did in office. But it's interesting that you mentioned that I campaigned that way. That was largely due to lack of money.
I mean, he really didn't have any money. He didn't.
I had to go door to door.
Truth be told, that's great.
He really did.
But I also think that the management style that you talk about, I think people really appreciate it, because I thought the stability and the moderation, just doing the right thing for the right reasons, was what people really appreciated about our administration.
Kylan.
Go ahead, Kai.
We talk about so much happening in Indy right now and how we love it for the city that it is. Like the Fever up and coming, the All-Star games, the swim trial. So much is happening in Indy right now, but you made stuff happen in Indy and brought it up with you. What do you miss about being mayor and being more involved with the city?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really love being around the people of Indianapolis. I get asked all the time what was the best part about being the mayor, and I frankly said it the same thing all 8 years, and I still say it today, which is I see people doing good works on behalf of others that most people don't see. It won't be on TV, it won't be in the newspaper, but people are helping each other all the time here in the city of Indianapolis, and it's really special to see. There's a real good heart for people around here. They tend to work together, and as the mayor, I was able to see so much of that. And so that I was blessed to be able to watch all that.
Why did you want to be the mayor, though? I mean, you're a Persian Gulf veteran, for anybody that doesn't know, a Persian Gulf War veteran, a 23-year career in the Marine Corps, retiring as a lieutenant colonel. And then, but what made you want to be the mayor?
There's actually a couple gentlemen who asked me to be the mayor. He said, no one is running on the Republican side. You have the skill set to be the mayor. It's just a couple guys that most people don't know. They were just friends of mine. And I started looking into it. He was right. No one was running. And because no one wanted to get beat, I didn't have that problem because nobody knew me anyway. So.
You joined the Marine Corps, and I don't know how you did it. My father-in-law was a captain in the Army. And he had this funny saying. He said, there's nothing more dangerous than a second lieutenant and a compass. So
that's right.
What leadership did you learn in the Corps that really helped you as a mayor?
Actually, the one that was the most beneficial to me was the ability to focus. When you're the mayor, even when you're running for mayor, there's people trying to distract you all the time and throw you off your game and try to throw this in, seeing how you're going to react to it. And that was constant throughout the 8 years. But I was very much focused on what we were trying to do, and I had people around me who were just really, really smart. I had the best people in the world. and we just stayed focused on what we thought was the right thing to do, and we did not get distracted by others who are trying to throw a wrench in the works.
Is there, you call yourself an urban Republican, so how do you define that urban Republican? And is it different from traditional conservative Republicans?
Yeah, I think it is. And the title is there because there are no, or virtually no, urban Republican mayors in the country. Big cities do not have Republican mayors. It's extremely unusual. And the top 25 cities in the country right now, there might be 2, and they're in southern areas, and they're in red cities, if you will. A Republican mayor in a blue city is just the rarest of political commodities. It really is. So that's right off the bat, that is different. But I think we, doing this thing moderately, governing moderately, as I tell people, governing at the city level is a practical experience. It's not ideological. There are things that have to be done or should be done, and any mayor tries to govern ideologically is probably doing all the wrong things. So we focused on what we thought the city needed to do and needed to move forward with. And to be frank with you, in an urban setting, there's a lot of different ethnicities that maybe are not as present in suburban and rural communities. And you have to understand those communities and appreciate those communities and understand why they're there, and they go to work and they have maybe different viewpoints at times, but they're all Americans and they want to do the right thing. So that part, I think Republicans could get a little bit better on, and I think people appreciated the fact that I went to their events. I talked to them all the time. Of course, having Winnie as my first lady was key to all that, because everybody loved my wife.
Still does. Still do love
They
her.
still do. Yeah, they still do.
Well played,
so
Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been married 42 years now, and it's better than ever. So I think people liked that about us, that we were not out being flamethrowers or doing this and that. We were trying to do what was best for the citizens of Indianapolis, and
That's
I think
what
that came through.
Yeah, I agree. Greg, now I'm going to ask you a question. Can you wait for a minute while we take a break, or have you got to go?
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
fine.
All right. Joining us is former Marion County Mayor Greg Ballard. His new book, just released last week, is titled Urban Republican Mayor, My Story. And we'll continue with our conversation after this break on 93 WIBC.
Lynn just
This is the first day. I'm Terri Stacy, along with Denny Smith and Kielynn Talley. And we made a friend in Greg Ballard many, many years ago, it feels like. But he was our 48th mayor here in the city. He was in office from 2008 to 2016. If you're just joining us, we've been talking to Greg. Mayor Ballard, thanks for sticking around with us. Your new book, Urban Republican Mayor, My Story. And Kielynn is up first.
Well, I'm curious about this story because how do you decide to write a book about everything that you've done? Where do you even start with something like that?
Or why now?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great question. I was actually working on another book at the time, but I was at a little gathering with a couple of my chiefs of staff and somebody else that worked prominently within the administration. And they told me they wanted to capture what we did in office because they had worked in other administrations, other office holders' offices. And they said we should capture what we did because what we did and how we did it and why we did it was so much different than anything they had experienced also. So they wanted to capture it. And, of course, they all had jobs, and I was kind of semi-retired, so it kind of fell to me to do it. And but I wanted to. I like to write the books anyway. Yeah, and so that I wanted to have a record of it. And plus it's a bit of a memoir, too. It is a memoir, frankly. There's how I grew up, a few pages about how I grew up. There's my time in the Marine Corps, and then most of it is about what we did in office as the mayor. So it's a good encapsulation of everything that my life has entailed so far.
Somebody said to me when I said to them you were going to be on the show today, they said, "Oh, I bet he wants to do this again. Maybe he'll run again for mayor." And I said, "Well, I don't know, maybe."
That's an every other day ask of me. And I get that routinely, and especially in the last couple cycles running for mayor. But I think my time has kind of passed. I'm a little older now. I still think about running for office somewhere else, and everybody says they'll support me no matter what I do. But I don't know whether I can make it more difference in office or more of a difference out of office. I'm just not sure. But I'm not 50 anymore. I'm not,
Me either.
Boy, do I understand that.
So.
Mayor Ballard joins us, and one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you, and I understand it's part of the book. I have not read the book, but I'm looking forward to it. In the 1990s, under Bill Clinton's administration, we had RFRA, religious freedom. And, of course, that came to the states, and it got all screwed up with the states. But in 2015, Mike Pence signed it, and it was championed by conservative lawmakers. And we watched this perception of discrimination. We saw national backlash and everything. Give me your perspective. You were very critical of RFRA, and I imagine you still are. Share with me just a little bit of that chapter that I'm going to read next time.
So the chapter is there's an entire chapter on it, and the title chapter is The Religious Freedom Law That Was Not About Religious Freedom.
Exactly.
So that should tell you something about all that. And I go into it as I will tell you it's a different take than most people saw. But they have to understand it was my perspective. It's my view of what was happening and why they were doing it. And I had already announced I was not running again in like October or November of the previous year. And this happened in March of 15, my last year. And it was the tensest 10 days of my administration easily because I'm going against my friends, people that I know. And it was very difficult on me. But we had to do what was right. And for some reason, they weren't seeing it over at the State House. They finally did, but they got what we call the fix on it, if you will.
Yeah,
but,
I remember.
It still wasn't right.
That was about discrimination. The fix was that it could not be used to justify discrimination for sexual orientation, gender identity, any of that. So I think the fix tried to fix it, but the fix wasn't in at the time that you were grouchy about it. And you played it well.
You have to read the chapter. I have to say that because I want you to buy the book. I want everybody to buy the book. But you'll see.
Sure.
You'll see at the beginning the genesis of it all, which is really kind of fascinating. But then how they played it out, it took quite a while before they figured out, oops, we made a big mistake here.
Redistricting is a hot topic right now. Any thoughts on redistricting?
That's a good question, but it seems to me that 7-2 Republicans is pretty good right now, and I don't know why we would want to mess with that and put ourselves in the national limelight for that again. That seems wrong to me. I'm big for norms. What's been the way we've done it. It's worked for us for decades and if not centuries. The every 10-year census seems to have done the trick. I think we should stick with that.
Can I ask you another interesting question? Because this was in the news last week, and I thought it was interesting. In the UK, they're going to allow, in the next British Prime Minister election, they're going to lower the voting age from 18 to 16. Should 16-year-olds be able to vote in any election, whether that's school boards to President of the United States? What do you think about that? 16-year-olds.
I think that's silly.
I wondered.
Don't be bashful,
I thought it was too much.
Say
Maybe 16-year-olds would just have.
I sure didn't know much about politics at 16, so I don't know.
I'm not sure brains are fully formed by the age of 30.
Right. See, I agree. Especially not the male brain. We've learned that.
Wait
a minute. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I'm not a big fan of that, and let those folks go through high school or whatever. I can't remember what they call it over in England, but let them get through high school. The only reason you may remember it used to be 21 not so long ago, and the only reason they went down to 18 really was because they said, well, we can draft people for war, but they can't vote, and I think that was the main impetus to move it from 21 to 18. I wouldn't be opposed to going back up to 21, to be honest with you. I think 18-year-olds are revolt, but to be frank, they don't vote in big numbers anyway.
Yeah.
If we're talking hot topics, can we?
Hey, but wait a minute. Buckle up,
Kylie.
sir.
Here
You're about to get a big one right here.
I just have a question
Yeah,
about
okay.
tariffs because, Trump has just recently added an extra 25% tariff on Indian goods, and you were on Wish TV's All Indiana Politics this weekend to share insight on this. Can you share your thoughts on this new tariff, especially compared to some of the others he's put on some various countries?
Oh, was I on All Indiana Politics this morning?
Yeah, you were. Well, don't. It was live.
I did their newscast, the evening newscast a few days ago. They must have just played that on.
Oh, they did.
They sure did. They reshared it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're not getting out of this question.
No.
Come on.
No.
You had big insight.
Okay.
No, I'm very open about this. That I think the tariffs are. I don't think there's a plan. It doesn't look like there's a plan to me. But we are now in an awkward situation where, this is my opinion, in 30 years, I think India is the linchpin country of the world. They're the biggest democracy right now, kind of leaning toward Russia and some authoritarian notions. And now we are going to put tariffs on them because of Russian oil. Now, you know as well, as like many people do, that I think oil has been bad for national security and international relations for decades now. So
You wrote a book about it.
I did. I
did.
did. And Russia, half of Russian money comes from oil and gas exports. They're, as I like to say, they're a mediocre country without their oil and gas exports. They can't do the war in Ukraine without oil and gas exports. So now we're in a position where we're going to put sanctions on somebody, a nation that we should be courting, like India. We should be solidifying their democracy, not kind of pushing them away from us and the rest of the West. And so it's very awkward right now because we are essentially punishing them for doing something that their economy needs right now. And we should be doing this differently. We should not be punishing India at all, because I'm just here to tell you, in 30 years, I think most people are going to see that India is going to be absolutely key to how the world turns out.
We really don't want to keep you too much longer, but Greg Ballard has joined us. I have one question for you. Is there anything
Sure.
you regret as mayor?
There's not overall, I wouldn't say. I mean, I try to get done what I could get done. I'd like to think we were in there to do all those things that could not be done financially or politically, and the things that have been kicked down the road. Somebody kicked the can down the road, and we tackled all that stuff. I would have liked to have done the Criminal Justice Center the way we wanted to do it, but at least it got done. I thought the way we were doing it would have been much more fiscally responsible. But, it is what it is. That's not how politics works. But other than that, nothing really comes to mind. I was so proud that we kind of created a new generation of leadership. If you look where all my people are right now, they're kind of running half the state, and I'm very proud of that. So I don't have too much to be regretful about, and I think I did my best. I worked my tail off for 8 years, and then I moved on.
And we appreciate it too. And this is former Marion County Mayor and author Greg Ballard, also a veteran. And his latest book released just last week. It's titled Urban Republican Mayor, My Story. Where can we get it, Greg?
Amazon is the place to go right now, or IU Press. You can go right to the publisher's website also if you want to do that. It's kind of a hot topic. It's number 2 nationally in a couple of categories, which is really nice.
That's
I'm the
great.
number one new release in city planning and urban development. So there are people buying it right now.
That's so
At
cool.
a pretty good number. So I hope it stays up there for them.
You bet.
why.
Congratulations.
Real free.
Congratulations. Also follow him at Mayor Ballard on X. Thank you so much for your time. Our best to you and to Winnie and your family. And you're always welcome here, Greg. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. This is The First Day on 93 WIBC.
If you suffer from
I just want to mention this because this is, and I really will, but this is so cool, Denny, and we have not talked about this at all, and I'm ashamed of us, mostly me. But the Floyd's Knobs girls softball.
They're going to the championships.
Yeah, they're representing Indiana in the Girls Little League World Series. They won state, regional. Now at the Little League World Series, they knocked off the defending champ, earning them their first Little League Softball World Series title. Today, they will play Pennsylvania in the championship game at 3 o'clock on ABC. So congratulations to Floyd's Knob, which is about 115 miles southeast of Indianapolis, right on the border near the heel of our Indiana boot.
I first heard about that town, and you'll never guess who told me about it, was Kent Sterling.
I thought it was around Brown County.
No, it's way down by the river.
I know it. But
isn't
his
there
mom, a Floyd's something?
Floyd's Knobs.
So I guess I just thought it was around Brown County somewhere.
No, it's right off the river. But Kent Sterling's mom was very active in the politics down there. I think it was politics. And her name was Judy, and I just fell in love with her. But Kent told me all about Floyd's Knobs. It's a cute little town.
It's a tiny little place, I think.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, my hometown, Salem, right? You go a little bit more south, and then you run into New Albany and Floyd's Knob. And it's beautiful. Many different trees, kind of similar to Brown County, so I'll give you a little bit of credit there. But you just go through the hills, and there are houses everywhere.
It's very hilly down there. And
so cute.
Beautiful.
The hardest thing is to remember that it's plural, both of them.
Right, Floyd's Knobs.
Because
both of Floyd's Knobs.
Yeah.
Floyd's.
Right? That's how
I
remember it.
It's not Floyd's knob, it's plural.
Right, knobs. Two of them.
Multiple, yeah.
They're
It sounded a little bit ornery when you were a kid, but that's not it.
But but this is such a big deal, and I'm telling you, I have not seen really anything about this.
That's probably going to change. Remember when the Brownsburg boys went?
Right.
Oh, golly.
I mean, that was from the time we followed them from the plane out there to, they sent me. I went to the Little League World Series to be with them the whole week.
Let's see if the media catches up.
I hope so, because this is a big deal. Again, at 3 o'clock on ABC today, that's our Indiana team. And I'm just a little sad that we hadn't reached out to try to find them much before now. But congratulations.
You're right.
And
I'm
good
blaming
luck.
that on you.
Okay, so Kielynn State Fair. Yes, this is the second weekend of the State Fair.
The song you heard just a little bit ago, this one, yeah.
One thing I know.
It's one of our favorites on this. It's such a cute song.
It's a Christian song.
It is. Chris Tomlin, who is going to be on the free stage tonight. You can go check him out. 7:30 is the start of that if you want to. Get in early because they fill up.
Yes, they do fill up. But a fun night ahead. Everybody just stay comfortable and take your time. And it's another hot day out there. So, again, they close tomorrow, closed on Monday, but then back again for $2 Tuesday. Now, I want to ask you guys about this, okay? So, just saw this story. This is about parents going on job interviews with the younger generation.
Going with them to it?
A majority of Generation Z job seekers. Which one is Z, Kielynn?
Mine.
Oh, it's yours.
I'm Gen Z.
Is that the very
Yeah, the very last before now this next generation, the young ones. Super young baby kids. Yep.
You're so much, you know what, you have, since I've known you in the last 4 or 5 years, right? 4 or 5, you have been mature beyond your years. Wiser beyond your years. And lots of things
Denny,
you don't know
did
about
you hear
Kielynn,
that?
but she really is.
I'm
He
the one that
believes
told
that.
her to say it.
Yeah, he knows that too.
Gen Z, to put the dates on it, late 1990s to early 2010s.
Okay.
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Okay.
Yep. So I'm right.
What's behind you?
And then I think
is that
it's
like just the alpha?
Yeah.
Well,
Generation
according
Alpha.
to the July 2025 survey from Resume Templates, which I guess is an organization, 77% of Gen Z respondents admitted to bringing a parent to a job interview, and 53% said their parent had spoken with a hiring manager on their behalf.
I just think that's so wrong. I have done so many job interviews of people. I might just discount that completely. You're on your own.
You should be on your own, and your parents got to let go.
If we're going to let people vote at 18 or 16 or whatever, cut the apron strings, let them go out, sink or swim, and learn from, success or failure. But I would not do that.
I will say I appreciate that they're supporting them through that.
I agree.
Do that before the interview, though.
Right.
Do a mock interview with them.
Exactly.
Here are some examples. No, let
don't
them.
take them.
Yeah, let the birdie fly from the nest.
I'm
They'll be
guessing
okay.
that your parents didn't take you. is what I'm saying. In that older generation, I'm sure your parents did, because this is kind of something new. And it says the dependence persists when young people enter the workforce, with 73% of respondents, 73% said they've had their parents help complete work assignments.
That's 3 out of 4. A parent needs their ass kicked for that.
45%
Those kids
reported
need. No, I got no patience for that.
regularly having a parent talk to their current manager. And 1 in 6 hiring managers also reported Gen Z applicants using their phones during the interview.
You know, the one that really bothers me is when I hear somebody say, I need a mental health day. What in the world is a mental health day?
Well, we've talked about that too, Terry, with taking sabbaticals and taking some time
it's
off.
the thing.
A
lot of companies are offering.
We used to call that vacation or Saturday.
No, now they're doing, Denny, some of the companies, some of the more, the more newer companies run by younger people, they're offering sabbaticals where you take 3 months off, maybe you take 2 months off.
That's after 3 or 5 years worth of work. You don't have that.
I guess.
I will say
especially in healthcare, they're offering it because healthcare is so hard on you mentally as a caretaker or a caregiver.
I will make this offer to our listeners.
Okay.
I have a list of questions that I used to ask people in interviews, and they're just called Denny's questions. If you'd like a copy of that to prepare your granddaughter or your grandson or even your kid.
Here.
And ask you the question?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
All right, I'll ask you a question right now. Okay, you're applying for the job.
Okay.
First thing I ask you is...
Is it with the Pacers? Because I'd like to work for the Pacers.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Miss Stacy?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, right there with that question, I'm going to find out whether this is an interim job. Is this going to be a career? You know, I can ask you, who was the best supervisor you ever had and why?
Those are good questions to ask. They really are. But if you are new to the job world, right? So you're 18. Let's say you just go right in at 18.
Okay.
Or even 22.
All right. So you've never had a job.
And you didn't go to college. Let's say you didn't go to college to have your career.
If you want questions for your kids, grandkids, or whatever, send it to me at denny@wibc.com, and I will send this back to you. You can use it any way you want. You'll notice that there are some plumbing questions in there. You'll notice that there's some financial questions in there because I was in the plumbing business and I was in the financial business. But I'll give you the questions, and you do the mock interviews with your kids.
I think it's a great idea, and that's how you should be helping them. But I don't think you should actually take them inside.
Don't mollycoddle them. Let them stand up.
We are at a really strange point. They're younger than I. She's probably in high school. We were talking about a project that we're working on. She's like, you know what? If you just run into a wall, just look it up on ChatGPT. Let them write it for you. Wait. No, not quite. So, you know what? Whenever I feel stupid, just remember that we've earned stuff, like myself earning a bachelor's degree without ChatGPT.
You sure did.
Come on.
You sure did.
Here's a little bit of a statistic. How much of the United States energy is used on ChatGPT right now? Just ChatGPT. What percentage of our 12% is being used, and the people that are using that are probably in their 30s or less.
Okay, I will call myself out. I did use it for the poem last week because
well, yeah. I mean, we have. I've used it too.
12% of our energy consumption.
Oh, man.
Okay, because I don't understand everything so clearly when it comes to technical stuff. But is that why data centers are popping up?
Yes.
That's what.
Yeah, the problem is that we are going to be subsidizing these industries. These industries need to pay their own way. If they're going to use that much electricity, don't put that on my Duke bill.
No.
Don't put that on my AS bill. No.
No.
You know, and we're begging these people to come and come to Indiana. No, we're giving them too much. And if we're giving them our energy infrastructure,
I agree.
My gosh.
People are fighting hard to keep these data centers out of here. They really are across our state, because I don't know if our state, probably all over the country. I'm only focusing on Indiana, but I watched through social media. In Henry County and Knightstown, they're trying to build one. They tried to build one in Greenfield and Hancock County, Plainfield, down south.
If they put those in, we're going to need to grow our infrastructure a minimum of 10% per year for the next 5 years. Do you realize how much energy production that will take?
I wish I could understand it.
Oh,
I wish we could get one of these folks that are trying to build, that is leading the way in building, like is knocking at the door in Henry County or saying
we need to get
it to understand what it is and what it's doing.
Professor,
because I didn't realize it took energy from. I guess I just don't understand it, but I know we don't want them.
Yeah, and these people that use ChatGPT, and I'm not getting on your case, Kielynn.
No, I
but
use
the
it
ones
too.
that are trying to be polite. Oh, good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Do you realize how much energy that conversation takes with chat?
Know.
No, it's a large language model, and they're burning up all this electricity to be nice to a damn machine. Just say, I have a question about Mayor Ballard's term, okay? And then
because when you really asking, saying thank you,
and all that other stuff, it's
just burning up energy.
It's a large language model.
It's good to know.
It's all mathematics.
Being efficient is one thing, but taking away from yourself, let's come on.
You've got that right. You've got that right, Kai.
See, she's so smart, wise beyond her years. She's like an old owl. Okay, it's 12:46. We're gonna do food news next, right? That's what we're doing.
Yep. Save me, Jesus.
Next. Thanks for joining us. It's the first day, 93 WIBC. Terry, Denny, mean Kielynn.
Just because she told you no.
You said mean?
Do you know Kielynn? Thanks for joining us here today. For a few more minutes anyway. It's food news.
Yeah,
how come you didn't play the music?
I want to shout out the Fever real quick because they had a 92-70 win and they're feeling
good. It was a
good.
thumping on Chicago.
Oh, man.
When's Caitlin coming back?
Well, not yet. She's feeling a little bit better, but with all the point guards out, hopefully she'll be a little bit...
All three are out now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's kind of nice that they're sharing the spotlight, getting to develop even deeper than what they are already. And that's kind of what Stephanie had said yesterday in the locker room after their win.
Just overall, like, strong team effort. We've talked about it all year. We're resilient and we're deep. And both of those things allow us to do some things that other people might not think we can, right? We are bigger. We are greater than the me.
Amen. Love it. And they're playing again on Tuesday. And, you know, I have some other sports news. Can we do that during food news?
Is it about Tyler Zillich?
You're the boss.
Did you see the Tyler Zillich IndyCar,
So
the
much
Xfinity
drama last night.
Fell
driver?
off his car and broke his collarbone.
I mean, that was one of the scariest moments I've seen in a long while, when it's not necessarily a crash. It's just standing, and then his left leg got stuck, and he fell straight back, and he hit the concrete, and he was not moving. And it was terrifying. It really was. One big hit like that. But, yeah, collarbone and concussion probably. But that was a scary moment. And he was scheduled to race today. I don't believe that's going to happen.
No, there's no way.
No, but that was scary.
Anthony Richardson was back on practice.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ladies, is this food news?
I don't know. She wants to talk about sports. So, do you want to? What were you going to say about Anthony?
He's got a wacky finger, but they taped that bad boy up, and he
Whoever
was throwing.
took the picture of it, seeing the picture of the pinky actually, oh my gosh. Sorry,
You know what? Buck up.
Terry?
You know,
Okay,
it's a
he is
finger.
being
Let me tell you,
paid
when I played
millions.
8th grade basketball, I dislocated my finger too.
Did you?
They taped it up and they put me right back out there. Somebody said go. And I
Rub
went.
some dirt in it.
8th grade. That was
Ladies,
8th grade. How many
food
years
news.
ago?
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead.
Well, I just am very excited for the preseason game that's coming to Lucas Oil this next Saturday, 1 p.m. against the Green Bay Packers. And whoever is going to be going out to Lucas Oil is going to be seeing some new menus across the whole venue, from the concessions to the suites, wherever you're going to be. So let's get some insight on it. Last week, I got the chance to talk with Sodexo Live's executive chef of Lucas Oil Stadium's David Dyrek about the menu, and so he could share a little bit about what it was going to be offering.
So in the concessions world, we're doing a bunch of different and new sandwich concepts. We've got our brat sandwich that we use Fisher Farms to provide the brat patty for. We've got a buffalo chicken meatball sandwich. We're doing the voting of our 2 hot dogs here. I know what my favorite is. I don't want to sway the vote, so I'm not going to say it out loud. However, they're both delicious. Either way, whichever one wins, everybody is going to love them. And then over on our sweet side, we've got pork fritter and waffles, and we're using local Swayze pork tenderloin fritters. We've got banana split mousse cups, so a nice little sweet treat. And then my personal favorite is the brisket jalapeno popper tater tots with the ranch dip. That is also local as well.
Whoever came up with this creation, I'm assuming someone from your team or else a collaboration, but that one is the one that took me most by surprise,
Really?
to be completely honest.
That was one of my creations. It's something I created a long time ago at another property when I was in Oklahoma, and I've since just adapted it to work better for Lucas Oil Stadium.
And it works well. Chef's kiss, if I will. You mentioned all of these local brands and organizations that are working with you. Talk about the importance of being able to shop local and partner with some of them.
I think it's important for everybody, whether it's me as the executive chef of a big building like this or just at home. I think shopping local and staying local is important for the community. It's important for sustainability. It's just a better way to do things. So we, as much as we can throw little touches at all of the items in this building, we do that locally.
You talk a little bit about sustainability as well. Last season, you debuted the new culinary rooftop garden here at Lucas Oil. Talk about that and using some of your own herbs in your fusions and your dishes, drinks.
Absolutely. So we use an item not shown here, one of our new salads. We use our fresh basil that's being grown upstairs for that. We also use the jalapenos upstairs for the tater tots. And then we use some of our other herbs and peppers for garnishes and things for other dishes we're doing here.
Now, you're originally from Chicago, but you're here and you've embraced the Hoosier hospitality. Talk about how you've used some of that in what your offerings are for this season and for the fans in general.
So I think one of the biggest things, especially in Indianapolis, is the pork fritter, which is why we wanted to elevate it on the sweets end of things by doing it on a waffle as a pork fritter and waffle sandwich with a nice spicy sweet slaw. And I think just the staying local piece is really how we focus on keeping things Indiana and Indianapolis as well.
Mm-hmm. The jalapeno popper is obviously a favorite, and we've liked the dogs. Do you have a favorite of the concession eats that you have for this year?
I think it's a tie between the Fisher Farms brat sandwich and the chicken and the buffalo chicken meatball sandwich.
Chicken meatball's great. Anything else people should know for fans, for anyone else coming to Lucas Oil this year? Anything you're excited about?
We're excited about all of it. We're ready for the building to be full of fans again.
Oh my gosh. They're ready for it too. David Dyrek, the executive chef with Sodexo Live at Lucas Oil Stadium, thank you for taking the time.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all.
Love seeing him, love being back at Lucas Oil Stadium. And the hot dog of the season, like he mentioned, is going to be the Korean barbecue dog with pork, jalapeno coleslaw, and crema as voted on by us. And then here is the pork fritter for you on YouTube.
Wish I would have had it. This is from Tuesday.
Is that
She's
a
bringing us
waffle on
Tuesday
top?
food.
Is that a waffle?
You didn't have to tell him. Oh, here we go. Where's the camera?
You're going to
Here we
spill
go.
that all over your
It's like
board.
chicken and waffle,
It's
but it's
beautiful.
a pork fritter with bacon jam.
Oh man,
from
I
a
bet
local-
that's so good.
It's so good. I can't
It's
wait
a shame
for
I
it.
didn't have any.
But go on, Terry. I'll get you a media pass for Saturday. Oh, gosh.
What? Don't you love me anymore?
Well, I love our fans.
Well, what about me?
Terry, we don't need more of you.
Thank
It's
you.
okay.
Thank you all for listening today. Have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you next time. News is next.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Raised demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family.